Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we're gonna go over door glass, convertible, Ttop, hardtop, and some of the differences that exist between especially the Fox body years. As you can see, I've got a couple hundred pieces here. Took the racks down, gonna relocate them, and I thought, well, while I've got them separated out here, be a good time to educate you a little bit, go over a couple of examples, and maybe gain some business. So if you're looking to replace your glass, install glass, do a conversion, obviously Encore has the parts that you're looking for. I'm going to go ahead and run the whole length of the building here where I've got these glasses. And then once I'm done, we'll talk about some of the differences. If you have any questions, if you need to order glass for your hardtop, Ttop, or convertible, or your SN95 or New Edge, as I come up to these newer windows here, go ahead and feel free to visit my website, encorempw.com. Go to glass and you'll see all the options. I also do have some listings on eBay, Facebook, and now starting to use Instagram. So now that we're at the beginning of the treasure trail here, the easiest thing I can tell you is that, the most common glass that I have, and I would assume most of you are going to be looking for, is hardtop glass. These are all driver's side. Easiest way to identify driver's side glass is by the two washer and rivet at the bottom in the middle there, that the glass slides up and down on the rail. So as we walk down, you'll see how many hardtop pieces there are. Look at that, we're only 2 minutes in and you've already learned something. We'll come back to that corner, but there's some specialty glass there. I want to make sure that I make a point to point out in case somebody down the road asks me about the glass. I can just refer them to watch this video. So as we're getting now into the middle of the room, you'll see, well, wait a minute. Well, those obviously aren't going to be hardtop. They've got multiple holes in them and multiple washers. And you're right. Some of these have, looks like 5 washers and rivets. And some of them have a black stopper front and rear. Some of them have a white stopper front and rear. Some of them have no stopper. What is going on here with this glass? And you will see, now we're mixing in some of these passenger side glasses. This is about half the loose inventory, and then there's still, well, a plethora of parts cars to supply glass that has never been out too. So we'll call it a lifetime supply. I'm going to stop right here since this one is identified. I can see from my vantage point, if you were to reverse these letters here, that says CONVT 91 pass. So that's convertible passenger 91. So for those of you who know their Fox bodies, 83 was the first year of the convertible. That glass will fit 83. As I see, this one says 85 passenger. So 83 to 86 convertible is going to have this piece of glass right here. And as I look down, I see some orange washers down there. I'm not going to claim to know everything. I'm just going to claim to be able to point out some differences with you here and educate you a little bit. If you've got some glass and you're really not sure at all what it is, and want to know, should you even bother trying to fit it in your car, at least I'll maybe help you eliminate some options, if not even kind of verify for you ahead of time that what you've got is correct. So going back to these two pieces of glass, we've got the 85 looking at us. Again, it's 83 to 86 and a 91 behind it. I'm going to take a look at this bracket at the bottom. We'll see how thick that is, because it does have something to do with how high the window is pushed up when it's installed in the car. So that's about 1.5 inches, 1 3/8 maybe of a bracket. So as the regulator lifts the glass up, it's going to hit a certain point and stop. So since we've kind of took a look here, and even the washers seem to kind of line up, now what's different in the glass? Well, it looks to me like this 85, it might be shorter as far as height. Most importantly, it's not as long. What the heck? How is it not as long? Well, if you think of your 83 Mustang, you've got the mirror bolted on the side of the door right here. And if you think of this is our 91. So if you think of that being 88 to 93, where the door is actually bolted onto the mirror, well, there's more room for that glass to extend to the front channel where it rides up and down. So that's really important. You can't put this 85 glass into your 88 to 93, and you sure wouldn't be able to fit this 88 to 93 glass back in a four-eyed car. So those, I would say, are the two major differences. 83 to 86, maybe some height differences, absolutely some length differences, maybe some lift differences. And this is just a quick run through here. Again, without much setup or technical information to follow, but I just wanted to give you, whoever's interested, a look at kind of what some of the differences are and why it's so difficult at times to find the right piece of glass for you. So I've lined up a few here. So we're going to say that these three in the back are all the same. We're going to say this one here in the front is different. Now I see this says 88 convertible, but it sure looks a lot different than this one that was marked 91 convertible passenger side. So I'm going to have to say with certainty that these glasses, I can't trust the markings on them, because this next glass over where it would meet the windshield, look how much difference there is. I mean, they're lined up as far as the fronts of the glass, relatively then going to be lined up rear wise. They're almost all the same height, but there's obviously some big difference in the windshield frame down into about the cowl. Well, it's not the cowl, but the A-pillar area. There's an extra 2.5 to 3 inches of glass there. So that's going to be a very specific fit. This one here looks like it says 86 passenger side vert. So even here at Encore, where yes, there is all the ingredients to put your car together, some of the inventory, I guess you'd say, it's kind of like a tossed salad of ingredients here. There's just so many different ones to monitor. I've bought a lot of loose inventory from other businesses and personal buyouts, garage cleanouts and things. So I really can't trust, and who knows if a lot of these were pulled out of a junkyard or something before I even had the opportunity to identify the door that it came out of, etc. So look at that. We just looked at two or three or four differences in just passenger side Fox body glass. And we didn't really, well, these are going to all have the 5 washers. I didn't really drill that in, but these are all 5 washers. As I said in the beginning of the video, it's the 2 washer that are the easiest ones to identify as hardtop. Now, where are my Ttop glasses? I did remove some from this unit just recently. I made a couple sales, but I thought I had maybe 1 or 2 or 3 left in here. So we'll see. That's a Ttop right there. Actually, both of these are. So if you're looking at our 5 washer design again, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all kind of centered here in the middle, at least the end ones here with our stoppers. Stopper all the way in the front. As far as I remember, as far as I know, that's going to be Ttop car. So if you got some glass again laying around, or if someone's trying to sell you glass, yeah, see, it even says right here, Ttop. So these are Ttop. 84 Floop. I don't know what a Floop is, but I know what a Ttop door glass is. This one here says, gosh, it looks like it says 4-eyed vert. I'm looking backwards here at somebody else's handwriting. but the washer setup is extremely similar, if not exactly the same. Got 5 one way in the front. We've got this orange washer, and I'm gonna of course do my diligence before I ship out any pieces of glass. I still have 75 or 80 cars that are assembled. If I really need to, I can go directly to a vehicle, pull out the exact piece of glass that I know that you're looking for, and then just replace it with one of these here from inventory. Another thing I wanted to point out while we're here at the Ttop glasses, is there no bracket? No, there is a bracket. On the Ttop cars, it's flush. It's flush with the bottom of the glass. So that's another way to identify. If we look at these, they're all off the ground. They've got that metal bracket. Ttop, the bracket is flush with the bottom. This one here says Ttop. No bracket, unfortunately, and I'm gonna have to say that this one here with the paint marker that says something about a convertible is wrong. If you're parting out a door, you maybe wouldn't know unless it was on the car. So there might have been someone who was actively trying to help me or myself, and I just maybe early on, and I mean, look at how much dust is on these. I probably had these for almost all of the 20 years I've been in business. I really just collected a lot of the Ttop and the more rare stuff and just kept it put away. So where this one here has a marking on it that says 4-eyed convertible, it has the bracket on the bottom of it. It's a flush bracket on the bottom of it. So I'm gonna have to say with some certainty that that is actually not a convertible glass, it's a Ttop glass. So even I'm learning stuff as we go here. I haven't gone through and fine-tooth combed and reorganized the inventory. I'm sure as I relocate it, a lot of that's gonna happen. And heck, there's even gonna be some advertising going out where I'm gonna try and sell off some of this glass while I've got it loose, accessible, and in such quantity. I need to step back, and we jumped over a year. Any of those of you who were paying attention early on in this video and have made it this far, I appreciate your patience and you letting me talk your ear off. We went from 83 to 86 convertible, right? And then we went 88 to 93. We went 86 to 89. Holy, 86, yeah, hoo-wee. I've had too much coffee. 83 to 86, we went over first. 88 to 93, we went over next. That was the one that had the longer end on it. Looked like there were some differences here, maybe in the windshield frame. I did see this piece of glass right here. We didn't talk about 87. We're gonna go over that right now. 87 into 88 and a half actually is a 1 year or 1 production year piece of glass. It even looks like the person I picked this up from was doing measuring to double, triple, and quadruple check that this is for an 87. In 1987, and I see this one here, it says 1989. So we're gonna use these kind of to compare one against the other. In 1983 to 1986, you had your mirror on the top corner of the door. We talked earlier about how that means the glass is gonna have to be shorter because the slide needs to come up and leave some space there on the pillar side of the door for that glass or the mirror to actually mount. And we discussed how 88 to 93 is a longer piece of glass because the mirror is actually bolted on the side of the door. In 1987, the body style changed, of course, we all know that, but the mirror stayed on the corner of the door, only for that 87 to 88 and a half, because Ford loves that half-year anniversary line. Remember 64 and a half, and then they kept going half, and they kept going half, all these anniversaries, 84 and a half GT, and so those types of things were a half-year deal. And well, right around in this time, Ford did the 87 to 88 and a half convertible and Ttop. Both had the mirror on the side corner of the actual door skin. And that's gonna be a very rare, hard to find, very specific application piece of glass. So if you need 87 Ttop glass or 87 to 88 and a half convertible door glass, I'd be happy to go through what I have with a fine-tooth comb. Again, like I said earlier, I still have some cars and doors that are original and complete. And I'd be happy to take one out of a car so I know that it's good and accurate, and then just put another window in it, kind of use it as a template and make sure that, okay, that fits an 87, that fits an 87, that fits an 87. So we're gonna stop over here in the corner and we're gonna move the ladder just a little. So what I got here are the SN95 and New Edge glasses. I don't have as many, but I do have them. When I look on eBay, which I'm using as kind of a guide, there's some differences. I'm not, I didn't just check that stuff this afternoon, but I seem to remember seeing a, oh geez, like 94 to 99-ish, and then like 2000 to 04, something in that kind of a realm. As I see this stack of 3 or 4 glasses right here, they're all the same shape, they're all the same design. I'm sure if I were to continue to pull these out and go through the brackets, I'm hoping they're all going to be the same. Even the convertibles in that year, I believe, can use a same piece of glass as a hardtop. I wrote 03 GT hardtop on here. Again, same with those doors. If you're looking to buy glass, I absolutely do have a lot of cars still together. I can put them in or take the door off and take your glass out and make sure that it's right. But I also did acquire one set of turbo coupe glass, and I do also have another set of earlier Mustang glass. So I'm not going to make a big deal about it. It's just one set, but if you know someone that has a earlier Mustang, you can see these are kind of way out of shape here. A weird, totally off, one-off design compared to everything else I have. And even this piece of glass here is kind of a one-off, weird looking, doesn't look like anything else piece of glass. So that's pretty much my inventory as far as, well, this was one of a few shelving units that I'm transplanting to another location. So wanted to leave these out, go through them for you, go through them for myself. And well, I'll take any comments you have down below. Again, you can shop for these parts on eBay. Look up Encore MPW. There you're welcome to make an offer. You can go to my website. If you want the best in stock, you can just go search door glass and it'll pull up a listing. You put what year, you put what side. Give me some time to clean up and find any flaws in these. Of course, they're used, they've been handled, hopefully not mishandled too much, but they're 4 decades old. So don't expect mint, expect used and good, no chips, no chunks, unless you really say, look, man, I accidentally broke my buddy's window and he said, just replace it. I want to give you, you know, a third of your asking price. I can see some here scratched up from, well, 4-eyed cars were really bad about their weather stripping on the doors. It would dry out. It was rubber, sure was rubber, but it got so dry and hard that it would even scratch and cut into the glass sometimes. But I think that's about it. So you've got your hardtop glass that does fit from 1979 to 1993. Yes, there's some differences in some tint, but all of these are going to be, as far as I assume, car light windows. But if you have a very specific need, I will do my best to meet your request. If you say I have a 79 and I want the earlier glass, if there's a difference in tint or no tint or clearness, there is no part number on the glass, unfortunately, that I'm aware of that we can decipher. But you've got your 79 to 93 hardtops. You've got your 83 to 86 convertibles. You've got your 79 to 86 Ttop. You've got your 87 only. 80, see this? Somebody wrote 87 up. We've just learned it's 87 only. It says 87 convertible driver's side, but obviously it's a different shape. Maybe height-wise, pillar-wise, length-wise, and some others. So you got your 87 to 88 and a half only, and then you've got your 88 to 93 convertible. 94 to 04, a couple early Mustang, couple turbo coupe just hanging around out of place here. But that's it. So I really appreciate you guys who have stuck around for all 20 minutes here. If you like what you see or have anything to comment about or request other information, go ahead, comment below, like the video, of course, share and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I look forward to giving you more content and taking care of your Mustang parts needs. This is Josh from Encore, the Mustang Parts Warehouse. We'll talk to you later.